Many people ask me the secret to making big money. I tell them the truth, but nobody believes me. You know what I am talking about, right? That nagging feeling in your gut that something's off, that the rules of the game are changing. Well, you are not wrong. I am here to tell you that everything you thought you knew about building wealth is probably, mostly, totally, completely wrong. Now look, I am going to go out on a limb and say you've got about 5 years, like 5 short years, to get ridiculously rich, and then everything past that point, it is going to change drastically. I am not saying it is going to be impossible to build wealth after that. Not at all. But I promise you, with 110% conviction, it is going to be much, much more difficult, especially in the last 6 months, if you haven't seen this. We are smack in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer in human history. I genuinely believe that, and I think you've just got a tiny couple of years to really position yourself correctly. These next 5 years, they will literally determine your financial reality for the next 50. I am talking half a century, dude, and I am going to show you exactly why, what is changing, and what you need to do. I really truly think after 2030, it is even weird to say it, the whole game. It is just going to be different. Okay, let's just get right into it. No time for dallying. The first part, it is this insane asset appreciation explosion. I actually kind of freak out when I look at my Bitcoin and my S&P at this point. It is just going up too fast. I honestly don't know if it is sustainable, but even just talking about the raw numbers, they are going up so fast to a point where wages, they're just gone. Wages are completely in the dust at this point. The gap between asset owners and wage earners is just widening every single day. It gets wider and wider, and the real numbers. Get this. The last 5 years, the S&P is up, I think, 105, 110%, something ridiculous like that. Bitcoin's up over 1,000%. Real estate is even doing okay. I am not a huge fan of real estate right now, honestly, but even that is doing all right. Meanwhile, the average wage increase, it is up like 12% or 15% or some other stupid number over the exact same period. When I pulled these numbers, even I thought something was off. I was like, no way this can't be right. But this is 100% legit and confirmed. And it is not slowing down. It is actually getting worse. The people who, obviously, the ones who own assets, the stocks, the real estate, the businesses, the crypto, they're getting wealthier at rates that make, just traditional, regular employment completely irrelevant at this point. Your parents, even your aunts and uncles, they could work a stable job, save diligently, retire comfortably, blah, blah, blah. That just doesn't work anymore. And the people complaining about this, trust me, I want to complain about it too. Like, it is frustrating to look at and be like, holy guacamole, the system is rigged. Because it is. But it doesn't matter. You have to do something about it. Assets are plainly outpacing savings by such a massive margin that if you are not owning something, you are falling behind, and the 5-year window, that is your golden ticket, you can still get in. I've had so much cash on the sidelines, and I wish I had dumped more in the April kind of quote-unquote crash, but everything is accessible. Online businesses, the stock market. There is such a low barrier to entry right now, even AI tools. If you want to start a business like that, they are cheap or even free, right? But as more people catch on, as AI makes these opportunities obvious, as asset prices continue to skyrocket, entry is going to get harder. It is going to become more saturated. Someone trying to buy San Francisco real estate in 2010 versus 2020 or 2025, that is a huge difference, dude. We're talking tens of millions of dollars here, right? So again, everything digital assets, online businesses, AI-powered services, skill-based income. Like, you have to do this. Entry cost rises every single month. Every unnecessary expense is an employee you've fired who could have been making money for you. Think about that. Outright. And that goes into point number 2, which is like the AI revolution, the internet, 1999 era. Think of the internet in the late 90s. It was like nobody even understood what was happening. I really do think we're in that mode right now with AI. I haven't made a specific AI video yet, but I am planning on it. I really do want to talk and go deep into the weeds on it. I am spending like half my day learning prompts and building my own prompt swipe files and libraries. We're just at the beginning of this thing, right? Think about ChatGPT. I think it launched less than 3 years ago, and entire industries are being changed. It is insane. So many layoffs are happening. Jobs that seemed kind of safe are just disappearing. We are in the gold rush phase, right? And people made insane amounts of money selling the shovels, not even finding the gold itself. Businesses need AI. Businesses, people, they all need AI. They need workflows, powered services, automation. I don't know. You can talk about code. You can do anything with it. This window, though, it is temporary, right? In 5 years, what seems like freaking magic today is going to be saturated. It is going to be commoditized, just like so many things right now. So using AI for like content videos, websites, data analysis, freaking bookkeeping, it'll be as common as like Microsoft Word or Google Docs at this point. Like if I had this thing in school, think of how many students this is going to change. For example, if you leverage it effectively, you have just a massive competitive advantage. You can build a content empire in months. You can offer services at 10 times the speed. Think of like a copywriting agency. If a client of yours wants 10 email flows, but you can eventually deliver 20, 30, 50. The difference of getting those 50 isn't you sitting and writing an extra 30 free, aching prompts anymore or 30 freaking pieces of writing. It is literally asking GPT or Claude, give me 30 instead of 10, give me 50 instead of 10. That is the difference. And you can offer these services at a crazy markup right now too, because the demand is baked in, if you will. And again, in 2030, I just think so many people are going to be caught up at this point. The arbitrage will be gone. It'll be like starting a social media marketing agency in 2020. For you are competing with 10 million people who figured it out years ago, right? This isn't the 2016 Tai Lopez SM, a cycle. That was a lot of fun. But AI isn't just creating opportunities. It is also eliminating jobs. Layoffs in every single freaking sect. Or you can think of people are using this all the time, and everyone is just going to be competing for shrinking basic jobs that pay less, so get in on the gravy train sooner rather than later. Seriously, this is not a drill, and that goes into point number 3, which is everything is evolving. Everything is evolving faster than ever before. The rate of change is just accelerating like crazy. What took 20 years now takes 5, or God, honestly, even less at this point, right? Like think of smartphones. They've been around since, I don't know, freaking 2007. Is that when the first iPhone came out, I completely forget, but it is a long time, right? Shopping, social. Now we see TikTok blowing up. Now we see all these everything AI powered, blah, blah, blah. It is like that. The skills are becoming obsolete faster. Your degree at this point, that is outdated training from 3 years ago. That is outdated your secure job. All that could be automated before 2030. But these opportunities emerge fast too. That is what I am saying. So yes, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. There is a massive business opportunity on the side. There are ways to make money. Now that did not exist even a year or two ago, right? Business models printing cash that nobody caught on to in 2020. Most people are freaking living like it is 2010. It just doesn't make any sense, thinking hard work, and you save your 10 to 20%, and then the company loyalty will work out. Dude, I just promise you, it won't. When assets are appreciating at 15 to 20% yearly and your salary is increasing 2 or 3%. You are losing. Okay, point blank. You are losing. Even though if you think you are not, or you do, why are you not doing something about it? Right. When AI can do your job for 20 bucks a month, you lose. When somebody overseas is doing your work for less using the exact same tools, you lose. You have to be the one to change the game. You are in the driver's seat right now. And I just don't think enough people are taking this as urgently as they should. This isn't some abstract future. This is happening right now. So again, like I said, I don't want to be all doom and gloom. What can you actually do? What must you do? If I can go out and say that in the next 5 years. First, you need appreciating assets. And anyone watching this video, I don't care if it is 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, something besides, of course, doing the basics. Investing in yourself. You need some type of hard appreciating asset, not freaking next year. Like again, not financial advice. But if I was an 18, 19, 20 year old and I had a couple grand in my name, I would just start. 100 bucks a month, I would just start buy something that cash flows. I don't care if it is a dividend stock. I don't care if it is, buying digital products that will increase your worth and your skill set, building equity in something that grows like a business or a skill or just your own intellectual property that nobody can take away from you is insane. That is how you are going to get ahead. Seriously, this isn't rocket science. It is just basic math and a little bit of psychology. The second is building income streams that leverage AI and technology. I am not saying if you got a freaking landscaping business or you got like a freaking car flipping company or you are trying to, run a boring business, all power to you, but do something with AI. Just learn it. I am telling all young guys and girls to put all your time into this thing. Use it to create content, help local businesses, build it, create digital products like courses, templates, tools, build once, sell them forever, right? The big one. If you want just to create a digital product, I think prompt libraries for a specific niche. Learn prompt engineering and sell it. People don't even know. People are asking, give me a business idea versus here's my experience. Here's how much money I have to invest. Here's the niches I am interested in. Now give me 10 business ideas based around what I just told you. What prompt do you really think is going to give you a better answer, right? I am talking to some guys in my mentorship about this. It is exactly it. I know it is obvious, but it is. Of course, going to be the second one. People don't know that though, right? The principle matters more than the specific opportunity. Create income that isn't tied to your time. You have to start out as a freelancer in the beginning, but you don't have to end that way. And you can just create a nice cash bank balance, I'd say. Once you are at like 50 grand liquid, 70 grand, 75 grand liquid, start hiring, start delegating, get things off your plate to ideally AI agents first, and then kind of scale back from that. This was such a wake-up call if you just watched that. I couldn't stand that. Third part of this, escape the time for money trap. If your income stops when you stop working, dude, you are in trouble. Point is, you need systems. You need your own automation. You need things that make money while you sleep, because in 5 years, people who own those systems will be stupidly wealthier than the people trading their hours for dollars. I know that is cheesy, but you can't freaking consult all day. You gotta build something in the background. Seriously, this isn't optional anymore. This is survival. So on that, invest in skills that AI can't replace yet. Right, so relationship building, sales in general, creative problem, solving, leadership, these are human domains, but even these are being in a way augmented by AI. So you gotta be like exceptional, dude. You gotta be really, really good. You can't just be competent anymore. I am seeing this everywhere. You have to be not world class, but you gotta be really good. And the people who are really good are making so much more money, it is not even fair. And again, on that point, it is my last one. Move with urgency. Don't just panic, okay? You don't have time for another year of figuring things out or waiting for the right moment or blah, blah, blah. It is like, dude, the right moment, sure. It is just like investing. Yes, the right moment was yesterday. The second best is today. Though, you just have to get on the train. It might make some stops along the way. It might break down. But as long as you are on that damn train and you are not sitting in the freaking dust, I think you'll be fine, right? Again, not financial advice, not trying to steer you in one way. I think you are going to be okay, though, if you actually listen. So, ending this off like the hard truth, I'll call it, most people watching, you are just not going to do anything. You are a loser. You are going to feel motivated for a couple hours, and you are just going to go back to your routine. That is their choice, though. If you want to do that, click off this video right now, seriously. But that means for the ones who actually want to take this thing seriously, that means your competition is a lot smaller than you think. And when I hear this, I think selfish all the time. While everyone is scrolling the goddamn brain rot you can build while everyone else is kind of staying comfortable thinking they're okay, you can kind of position yourself not just for the next 5 years, but for the next decade, right? This isn't. It is about being early right now.